The representative season well and truly with us as the under-20 State of Origin is about to start here at Penrith. New South Wales taking on Queensland on a chilly Saturday night at the foot of the mountains. The Blues have won the last couple of under-20 Origins. Can Queensland stop the rot? They dominate at the senior level and will be desperate to win tonight, and do have a very healthy looking side with players who have not only under-20 experience but also do have NRL experience. As we see the last instructions coming from coach Kevin Walters. Valentine Holmes from Cronulla is at fullback. Nene McDonald, Brenko Lee, Brandon Elliott, John Folau, Anthony Milford and Jalen Feeney make up the back line. The forwards, Lloyd Perrott from Canterbury Bankstown, Kieran Mosley, Christian Welch, Brett Grenke, Patrick Mago and Luke Bateman. And the interchange bench, Munster, Molo, Adams and Offa Hengawi. The coach is Kevin Walters. The New South Wales side, they're coached by Dean Pay. Their final instructions: Clint Gutherson from Manly is at fullback, Jake Mamo and Tyrone Phillips on the wing. There's no Ewan Aitken, he's out with a hamstring injury suffered at training. And Aaron Gray from South Sydney comes in. Sione Matautai is wearing jersey number 4. Drew Hutchison and Mitchell Moses are the halves. The forwards, Jake Trbojevic from Manly, Kaiser Pritchard and Matt Lodge. Adam Elliott, Jaquil Mariner and Jack Bird make up the back row. The interchange bench, Madison, Paulie, Britt and Kennedy. And the coach is Dean Pay. Let's head downstairs to find out what conditions are like and say a very good evening to Andy Raymond.
Normally at this time on a Saturday afternoon it's beer o'clock. Here at Penrith it's beanie o'clock. It is absolutely freezing, colder than a mother-in-law's hug. It will play its part. Have a look at the conditions. We've got a real long, thick grass here at Penrith. A lot of dew as well. Keep in mind this is the third game of a 4-game card, already 2 New South Wales Cup games. It means the field is churned up. It's going to be heavy and it's going to be slippery, meaning control in this middle third of the field is more important than the brilliance that happens on the extremes.
Andy Raymond down there on the field. It is cold, but it's not that cold. He just wanted to wear the beanie. There's a pretty healthy crowd in here to watch not only this under-20s game, but of course Samoa taking on Fiji a little bit later tonight. Mick Ennis joining me in commentary tonight. And Mick, this is a wonderful opportunity for a lot of the best young players, not only in the Holden Cup, but also those that have made their NRL debut in the last 12 to 18 months.
Yeah, it's a great reward for their development. We speak about the emerging Origin camps now that both states put on, whether it be Queensland or New South Wales, and this is a huge game on the calendar in terms of their development and their recognition and that next step leading into what will be a wonderful future for all of these young kids.
Here is the Queensland side led out by Anthony Milford. And there is Valentine Holmes. If you haven't caught any of the Holden Cup recently, you missed the performance last Saturday morning of Valentine Holmes for Cronulla against Penrith. He scored a couple of outstanding tries. Keep an eye on him. There is 18-year-old Brenko Lee, still eligible next year and the year after for under-20s, and this is his second year as a Queensland representative. He has the chance of playing 4 under-20s Origin matches. Here is the New South Wales side led out by Kaiser Pritchard. And there is Mitchell Moses from the West Tigers wearing the number 7. No Luke Brooks with him tonight. He was originally selected at 5'8", will play halfback tonight.
Yep, certainly a wonderful talent. We saw how dominant him and Luke Brooks have been in the Holden Cup over the years. And as you mentioned, Mark, tonight without Luke Brooks alongside him, a wonderful opportunity for him to stand on his own 2 feet and really put his stamp on this game.
Just the one referee tonight. Chris Sutton is in control. So just one referee. Let's hope we have a terrific game of rugby league. The best young talent on display as Queensland through Holmes get us underway. New South Wales defending the southern or scoreboard end. And they will get first use of the football as Jake Trbojevic, who played last year for the Blues, takes it just shy of the 20-metre line. Lodge from the Melbourne Storm hitting a solid wall of maroon jerseys. Bateman is there, so too his Melbourne teammate Christian Welch.
That's a great run there.
Mariner will play it just over the 20, over the 30 I should say. Pritchard at acting half. Here's Trbojevic again. He'll play the ball. Comes back to Moses under pressure, just gets the kick away, looking for a 40-20. Valentine Holmes, he can do it in attack and he does it defensively as well, saving a 40-20 there, but terrific backup from John Folau. That is what Valentine Holmes can do.
Well, that's a great opening set there from the New South Wales Blues. Perfect kick on the back of it from young Mitchell Moses, but there you go, people at home. Valentine Holmes, we've just mentioned his name as he came onto the field, and there's his first special play of the night.
Elliott from the Roosters playing it. This is Perrott. Shy of the halfway line by about 10 metres. Mosley at acting half. Now McDonald. McDonald from the Roosters right on the halfway line. Last tackle here for Queensland. Milford gets his kick away under pressure there from Bird. Straight to Gutherson. So both teams going set for set to start the game. Matty Utai seems to be one of about 50 Matty Utais playing at the moment. There's 4 of them and they reckon he's the best, Sione. That's saying something because the others can play as well. Strong run, Lodge, strong defence from his teammate from Melbourne in Welsh. It seems every time that Matthew Lodge is going to get the ball, Christian Welsh is going to be with him.
That's a fair incentive for the New South Wales props here tonight. We've already seen out of this contest from last year, young David Clemmer from the Bulldogs. He's playing in the City side tomorrow, so it's certainly a stepping stone in terms of furthering their representative careers.
2 years ago, Boyd Cordner was here playing for New South Wales with a shoulder charge after the kick. I think it was from Granke. Touch judge and referees missed it. Maybe it wasn't, but it didn't seem to be any arms wrapping around to make the tackle. As McDonald plays it. Elliott. Be the judge here down the bottom of your screen. A slight wrapping of the arm there from Granke, so fair enough. Benefit of the doubt over the Queenslander. And there's a strong tackle from Mariner. Trying to unsettle Welsh there. On the halfway line. Milford. Mago. Canberra Raiders captain, tackle, 10 into New South Wales territory. It is the last. Feeney puts it high. Pressure from Pritchard. Is it out on the full? It is. Kaiser Pritchard putting some pressure there on Jalen Feeney and forcing the error. And so New South Wales will have reasonable field position to start this set in possession.
Yeah, just starting to really look to dominate that middle third of the field. Queensland, not the end of set they would have liked there, but they're going to really need to pick up their tempo at the moment. New South Wales, a little one out through the middle. Need to get some support play and some guys pushing through the middle as we see Gutherson start to push there with Trebojevic.
Bird from the Dragons from suspension. Moses ups it under here to Mariner. Strong run.
Showed some good intent early, Mariner.
Matty Utai acting half. Moses. Lodge. Bird slightly across field. Has Elliott with him, but takes the tackle. Chance for an attacking kick here for New South Wales. Hutchison dummied the kick and gives it to Gray. Back on the inside, and the defence is all there for Queensland. That was well defended by the Maroons. New South Wales had a chance down that right-hand side. I think Gutherson just couldn't keep the ball alive, and Queensland survived.
Give him room, take your hands up. Wait, Chris.
Well, penalise him.
Boys, mate, just wait. Christian, yeah, I'll tell you when, so you just wait for me. You give room because you don't need to give a penalty away there. Wait, wait. Take a step. Take a step.
Just told him to give him room and then take a step closer.
Mark, I like the intent of New South Wales. They're looking to run the football on the last. We see the modern day rules as they force Queensland into error here. And the Blues rush in. Plenty of emotion. And Elliott leading the way.
Tried the offload under pressure there. I'm not sure. Well, the referee's saying he passed and hit the back of a New South Wales player. Yep, he'd go to pass it. It hit an opponent. It becomes a knock on.
we're starting to see that the origin emotion, Mark, starting to filter in these young kids. Young Elliott right in the thick of things there. Good shot from young Pritchard underneath the football. New South Wales, their first attacking opportunity here. Can they capitalise?
Matty Utai to Mamo. He's near the touchline, Jake Mamo, and gets away from there. A couple of Newcastle boys. Moses, Mariner. First chance we've had to see him this year. We haven't done a Roosters game, and this year is his first year in the NYC. He's a big unit, isn't he? Lodge. Almost backing his way over towards the goal line and the uprights. Pritchard at acting half. Long ball to Hutchison. Now Gutherson. Gray wasn't expecting it. Juggle went backwards. The referee says it went forward.
Went forward. Scrum. That's it. Queensland loses the feed.
I'm not sure that he was expecting that, Aaron Gray, and in the end, there was no commitment to catch the footy, and the error, according to the referee.
Yeah, we see Gutherson here on the sweep play and looked for all money. He was going to play the long ball to an unmarked Phillips, but decided to play short at the last minute to Gray, and Gray has the double catch and just can't hang on to it. Lovely pressure there from McDonald coming in off his wing to try and shut it down. And again, they force New South Wales into error.
Yeah, it was a fair call. He touched the ball on the 20-metre line. It landed just over it, or the 10-metre line landed just over it.
Back out the same tunnel. Okay, give room. Give room. Boys. Let's back the scrum. Hookers get first shot. Christian, let it get in. Ball in. Out.
Much ado about nothing. Is now
Here it is.
McDonald will play at 15 out from his own line. New South Wales has spent a lot of time to start this game down the Queensland end and don't have any points to show for it. They get down the other, and there's a strong charge from Welsh, and he ran into Lodge. Pritchard was there as well. Milford back to Mago. The Canberra boys, not teammates anymore, as Anthony Milford is a permanent first grader. Here's Mosley, who spends his time in the New South Wales Cup. Gets up and goes again. Mariner with the tackle. Now Milford. High testing kick here for Gutherson. Here comes Folau, and Gutherson almost dropping it, but keeping it alive. Here to Phillips. Pushing away from Greinke. Now Gray. They've done well, New South Wales, to get it up to the 30, considering that ball floated away from Gutherson. He did well to catch it.
Well, Queensland just need to keep it simple. When they've got the strike of young Mosley, they've got Holmes, they've got obviously Milford there around the football. They don't need to try and create or come up with the special play through the middle. They just need to get their nose through the line, get some quick play the balls, and you'll really start to see those guys capitalising the game, like we saw Mosley out of dummy half in the previous set.
Trebojevic plays it. Moses, Matty Utai. Milford with the tackle. Last tackle here for New South Wales. Moses, the kick to the wing of McDonald. He gets some protection. No one goes for it. Pritchard gets it. Now the pass comes to Phillips for the corner, and New South Wales score first. Tyrone Phillips from the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs gets the try after the Queenslanders just seemed to stop and stare.
Well, that was a wonderful bomb here from young Mitchell Moses. His kicking game has been outstanding in the opening exchanges as we see him hoist the ball high here. And the chases come through from New South Wales, and Valentine Holmes and the likes from Queensland. Young Feeney there as well. There's plenty of guys around the football. No one came up with it. It ends up out with Phillips, and he pins it for the corner and slams it down, and New South Wales get the opening points here in the under-20s origin. Beautiful vision there from young Pritchard. Saw the space was out wide and the opportunity, and young Phillips has grabbed it with two hands.
There's enough Queensland players there to put some pressure, or at least try and take the football. And that's the danger when you let it bounce, that it can go anywhere. And this occasion it went straight back to Kaiser Pritchard. And it is the first try to New South Wales. Clint Gutherson will try and convert the try.
I think that's where someone needed to call the football. It looked like they were all looking around waiting for someone to put a name on it, and no one was able to do it. And when you don't put a name on it or come up with the players, Gutherson comes in and strikes it from the sideline. And a beautiful strike it is.
He strikes it pretty well, didn't he? Just seemed to caress it from the touchline, and it really never looked like missing. So they do have some points on the board to show.
Needed it. They needed it. They've had plenty of field position and plenty of opportunity, and they've capitalised. And again, that will really ease the pressure in what was an emotional opening 11 minutes for both sides, playing in their first or second representative fixture in their careers. And it'll be interesting to see now how Queensland respond.
They're all a mile offside. Queensland, particularly Patrick Mago, but the referee has play to go on. We speak during the regular season about how important it is to complete your set after scoring points. That's the aim here for New South Wales. As Bird plays it. Lodge bouncing away from a couple and almost creating an opportunity for New South Wales, but he just couldn't find Jaquil Mariner. There's Matty Utai. Fair bit of the football to start this game. Here's the last tackle. Mosley went early. Moses with the kick under pressure from Welsh, and it's a bit short. It's been allowed to bounce again. Still the last tackle. Kicked again here by Trbojevic. Here's a flying Jake Mamo who scores the try. We've seen his pace in the Holden Cup. We've seen it now in the NRL. Once again, the ball was allowed to bounce. I'm sure it was the front rower, Jake Trbojevic, who got the kick. But what about the pace from Jake Mamo?
Well, again, young Moses hoists the ball into no man's land. Valentine Holmes wants to attack the ball, but he can't get there. It's messy. Allows it to bounce. Bird taps it back. Trbojevic loves it, rolls in a lovely grubber. And as you mentioned, Mark, the speed of young Mamo, we've seen it time and time again in the Holden Cup. And Trbojevic, he'll be telling everyone about this. A try assist from the front rower off a kick. 20 metres out, rolls it in, and Mamo flies through. And this left edge for the New South Wales side in Matatua, and Mamo has been outstanding in the opening exchanges.
What about the presence of mind from the front rower to realise it was still the last tackle? I mean, I know it sounds simple, but so often you see that happen and a player will be tackled with the footy. Liked him last year, Jake Trbojevic, and he will be a player for Manly.
You're spot on. He showed great composure there, the big fella, to recognise that whilst it was still messy when the ball landed in no man's land and bounced back and tapped back from Bird, that it was still the last. Rolled in a very, very well-weighted grubber kick, and Mamo on the spot as we've seen so often, and now Gutherson looks to take it out to 12 points to 0.
In the blink of an eye.
Yeah, and identical situations.
Well, he struck the first one very well. He struck that one just as sweetly, and it's another 2 points for New South Wales, and 12 points to 0 after 14 minutes is a handy start.
Well, we saw Queensland come into the game as red-hot favourites, the likes of Milford and Holmes, Branko Lee, and at the moment, New South Wales just look far more hungry at the moment.
Well, they need the points because they've had all the ball, and here's an opportunity for Queensland. That's off the knee of Elliott. And there's the break maybe that Queensland was after. They haven't been down this end of the field with the footy. Granky.
Well, if I'm Queensland, I'm laying this left hand to the side of the field to come on a big right-hand shift to young Milford and Branko Lee. That's a real strength of Queensland, and they need to play to it.
Here they come. Milford. Mago, tackled there by Matty Utai around the legs. Trbojevic over the top. Sloppy play the ball. Well,
It's stayed in the run.
That's called up every day of the week, isn't it?
This is Origin, Mark. This is Origin.
Wow, they got lucky there, Queensland, as Welsh plays it. Now Perrott, Feeney, Trbojevic there with the tackle. Terrific defence, New South Wales changeover.
We're not going yet, please.
He'll test you every day of the week, Jalen Feeney, close to the line. He's very, very good at it. I don't mind that play. I don't mind that play in a sense that that'll keep New South Wales guessing now. In a sense, rather than roll the ball in and take the 50-50 chance of it going dead and coming up with a 7-tackle play, allowing New South Wales 7 tackles, he took them on close to the line. It was a nice play there from Feeney. So you see a relieving penalty for New South Wales.
What about the tackle from Travojevic on Feeney? Front rower on halfback.
Yeah, and the tackle only moments before to a Matatua on Big Mago out here on the right-hand side of the field was outstanding.
Very much a relieving penalty there for New South Wales.
Hold! Hold for the foot. Go.
Elliott from the Bulldogs.
He's very good, Elliott, early.
Hold! Go. 1.
So's this man.
Both front rowers for New South Wales have been terrific. Lodge and Travojevic.
Wait here. Go. It's good.
There's Lodge. Moses now. Sliding into the knees there. A full out. No intent there. Bird. Bateman around the legs. Perrott was the last man into the tackle. Also there was Welch. Travojevic, his front row teammate with him, but wrapped up in a good ball and all tackle from Lloyd Perrott. It is the last here. Surely there's going to be another high ball to test Queensland. No, Hutchison was under pressure from Greinke and gets a kick away, which was along the ground, not in the air. But Valentine Holmes has nowhere to go.
Dean Pay must be up in the coach's box clapping his hands at the moment. They're doing everything right, New South Wales. Again, as you mentioned, Mark, great kick pressure there from Queensland. But it was a lovely kick from Hutchison. We've seen him do it for the Dragons week in and week out. It was great contact there from Pritchard coming out of the line.
Kaiser Pritchard, terrific shot on Greinke. McDonald played in the game last year. Welsh, the offload, back to Mosley, hands from Milford. Here's a chance from Queensland. Mago, Mitchell Moses, good tackle on a bigger man to stop that. It is the last. Milford thought about running, decides to kick. Gutherson has it 10 out from the line. Well, half a chance there for Queensland, but to their credit, New South Wales, they shut it down very quickly.
See Bateman make a nice clean tackle again and Perrott over the top. Queensland staying in the grind of the match. Had 2 tries conceded against the run of play, really. They're trying to find their way back into this contest.
He's caught. Play on. Play on.
Lodge. How good at the front row has been for New South Wales. Mind you, the Queenslanders haven't been too bad either, but they just haven't had enough of the football. Last tackle. Pritchard out of acting half. He needs to do something and doesn't.
Okay, let the legs go. Just fall on the ground.
He injured his knee there. Parramatta fans a little bit nervous here. Was the shout, I thought initially, was the fact that he got caught on the last tackle. But maybe, Nick, it's because he suffered an injury here, which would be a massive blow.
Yeah, he just comes down right on the point of his knee there.
Initially, I thought it was because he was disappointed. He digged into the ground. That it looks all right. I just thought it was because he got caught on the last tackle, but still with the trainer.
Yeah, he recognised an open ruck there, and young Pritchard sliced all but right through the whole defensive line. Brought down by a fingernail from Patrick Mago.
Staying on, mate.
It's obviously landed right on the tip of his knee, and he seems to be okay, which is great. And he's been very, very good. Him and Mosley have been very, very good around the dummy half area for both sides.
He's the younger brother of Frank. I reckon Frank got to the dinner table before Kaiser every night.
Go.
Perrott under pressure. Held onto the footy.
Hold. Matt, go. That's good, mate. Keep working. Tackle 2, Jack.
Well, it's a wonderful battle through the middle at the moment. The young Perrott Also
may
Welsh.
go into a gap from Milford. The support was on his right. He looked to the left to Holmes. The referee says play on. He had Brinko lead to his right, Patrick Mago. Didn't look for him. Feeney, Grenke. Here's a chance for Queensland.
Milford down in back play.
Left ankle, it looks like. Now Perrott, only a couple of metres away from the goal line. He's a bit of trouble, Anthony Milford. Last tackle here for Queensland. Feeney, the kick is going to be tapped back to Elliott. Milford getting back to his feet and limping noticeably. Changeover. He'd be disappointed, Jalen Feeney, with that kick. There is Anthony Milford. Caught just as he passed the footy. Hopefully, for Queensland's sake, he's okay. Here it is, and just landed upon there by Travojevic and falling awkwardly.
And that's the combination we can really see developing for Queensland here. Mago, Branko Lee, and also Anthony Milford, all Canberra Raiders. So you see Mamo looking for more work.
Tackle 3, 12.
Still limping, Milford.
No, Christian.
There's got to be a chance. Milford have been first under-20s Origin player to be selected in the senior Origin squad in the same year. Now Moses with a kick to find Toucher. Just a smart kick halfway through the first half. It will give his side a chance to have a bit of a breather and make Queensland work it out from their own end. And he's still being troubled there, Anthony Milford, by that ankle injury.
It's amazing how much Mitchell Moses' kicking game is almost identical to Mitchell Pearce. Just the way he contacts the ball. We see a bit of push and shove here in the scrum.
It's an awkward fall there for Anthony Milford, who hopefully is okay. His good mate, Josh Papali, who's an international now, is playing for South Logan tomorrow in the Queensland Cup against the Ipswich Jets. Some football under his belt.
Here it is, and back. Hold.
Certainly add a lot to the South Logan side tomorrow. Very, very good young player that we've seen come through the system at Canberra and feature. You see an error here again from Queensland, looking to force the pass.
Easy! Don't go in.
There's been a lot of pushing and shoving to start this game.
Boys.
And now a punch being thrown there by Matthew Lodge.
Go back! Go back! Go back! Go back!
I think it was on Luke Bateman.
Tony, back we go, mate. Righto.
It has been brewing.
Kaiser, take all your boys back behind that red line. Go back. Go back.
Well, it's been brewing, Mark.
The referee's got to take control here.
Kaiser,
Not just stand back and watch them.
Way we go back, mate. Go back. Okay. Boys, well back. Go back. Tony, just take him back, mate. Everyone back. Brinko as well, mate. Go back.
Well,
Go back.
is there not a rule that
Okay. Time is off.
one punch and you're gone
Nico.
after the Origin last year?
New South Wales throwing punches.
Yep.
Before that was just push and shove, nothing else.
No worries.
I haven't seen punches, I've just seen the push and shove from where I was.
No worries. I'll deal with it from there. Thanks, boys. Okay, Tony. Tony. Come out for us, mate. Okay, mate, you're getting the penalty. What I need you to make sure that you do is keep your boys under control.
Yep.
I'll deal with them now. Make sure it doesn't continue anywhere from there. Your penalty.
Cheers.
Right, back we go. Number 10, and Kaiser. Okay, Kaiser, your players throwing punches. Go to the bin. Just hang on. Watch what he does there. Tony, just keep him back, mate. Keep him back. Okay. Mate, we got time now. Same thing that I just said to them. That's where it ends. You don't need any more players going. Go back, take control of them for me.
What about the jersey grabs and elbow?
That's not the way we saw it, mate. Your bloke's throwing punches. That's why he's in the bin. Back we go.
There's a reason why I done it.
Back we go.
Well, he's left with no option, Chris Sutton there.
Comes on. Jalen, just wait, mate.
Well, he's been terrific in the opening exchanges. It's going to really hurt New South Wales not having Lodge there. Him and Trebojevic have been outstanding. Obviously up against, two other boys in young Perrott and Welch who have been very good for their side. And now they get the opportunity to really dominate the middle third of the field. Queensland without Lodge there.
And it was after a Queensland mistake. New South Wales should have had the ball. With a little bit of ill-discipline, they're down a player and they've turned possession over, and they should have been penalised there. Should have been a penalty to Queensland. The push, it was a sloppy play. The ball, there was even a suggestion a player was put in a dangerous position as Bateman plays it. Mariner came flying in on Welsh but couldn't make the tackle. The offload to Milford. Lee with a little bit of space, one-on-one with Matty Utai. Slipping over was Moses. The flick out the back to Milford, who's swamped there by Britt. Well, that was a pass thrown by Dean Britt. Now involved here with Falau. The two wingers going for it. And now Falau throwing one. Kieran Mosley's in there as well.
Go back.
Well, it's all spilled over here, Mark.
Hendo. I'll get him back. You just go over here and just have a look for us. Back we go. Back we go. Same again, Tony. I'll just need you to move back, mate. Back we go. Keep going, boys.
Well, Dean Britt started it by lashing out once again when Queensland had made a mistake.
Okay, time's off. Over here for us.
Well, he reacts to it. We need to see the tackle again, but he certainly reacts to Branko Lee coming in and trying to...
Unnecessary contact to the head of number 6 Queensland.
Yep.
Player standing up. Branko trying to pull that player away, and that player just lashing out with a push to the head of the Queensland player.
Right.
That's number 16 for New South Wales.
No worries. Hendo.
Got number 5 coming in and attacking the player's head as well from Queensland.
Okay, push.
No, punch. He's come over the top and he's punched.
Okay, no worries. Thanks. Number 5, Queensland, and it's a punch. Okay, no worries.
So he's going to go to the bin.
Just stay with us.
He has
Hendo.
to if
Nick, that's
Lodge
fine, mate.
goes.
5, Queensland, Tony.
John Falau will be going to the bin here.
Well, you'd imagine so if Lodge has gone for the same thing moments before.
Okay, Tony, the original penalty is going to you for the push in the head. This player has then thrown a punch. Punch is non-negotiable. You're in the bin.
Talk to 16.
Yep. Same message is up there, mate.
Yep.
Now we've got one from either side.
Yep.
The punches are non-negotiable. That cuts
Or
out.
must you just clean up the rough?
We will, mate. Kaiser.
I understand it's an origin match, but it's
Thanks, Tony.
Done
Now, mate. Yep, thank you. Just 16 as well, mate.
16.
Yep.
Well, did Dean Britt
dragging
throw a
that for us.
punch?
The penalty is going to Queensland for the original contact with the face, with the head on the ground. The punch is then non-negotiable. That is one from either team that is now sitting down. That's where it ends.
Yeah.
The original penalty stands. It's against your team.
Well, what about the bin?
Why did he call Dean Britt out? He didn't say anything to him.
Well, obviously, Britt was involved in the tackle and reacted to Branko Lee.
Exactly, by hitting him in the face. Is that not a punch?
Up here, mate.
He didn't even speak to him. There's still going to be some feeling here.
Well, at the end of the day, both sides have now got one sitting down and both key players. So
On this mark.
the next 10 minutes is going to be a very, very, very interesting period of the game.
I'll stop out. Okay.
Interesting last 5 minutes. Molo on the field for Queensland. A couple of changes being made.
Hands out, hands out.
Francis Molo, who played last year in this series. Bateman, as he did as well. They need some points here too, Queensland. Down by 12. Feeney. Now it comes to Perrott. Hard to stop, but there's plenty of blue jerseys around him. Mosley. Feeney. Milford. Danger here. Milford still going. Ankle seems to be a lot better now for Anthony Milford. Looking for a play. The ball, Mosley. Marker may have been offside. Mariner. Last tackle. That was taken on the full in the in-goal area by Gutherson for mine.
Well, I think it might have bounced there, Mark, but in saying that, Mariner, he was well offside when Mosley ran from dummy half. And there is plenty of emotion and feeling in this game at the moment.
Which you would expect, I suppose, but it's been some discipline which may cost one of these teams. They heard those penalties. 2-all the penalty count. Both penalties conceded by Queensland, as New South Wales have been trying to work it out from their own end. He's got a good boot on him, Drew Hutchison.
Yeah, he does.
Saw that at Cobra a couple of weeks back. So this set's starting 30 out from the line here for the Blues. Brett. Mosley, one of the defenders. Pritchard is at acting half. Here's Moses. That's how Dirt goes to Mariner. The ball over the top to Gutherson. Just didn't quite hit its mark. If it did, they had numbers there, New South Wales. Moses. Britt. 10 metres away. Queensland's defence there through Bateman and Mosley. Moses. Hit as he falls. Gutherson. Matty gets himself a double where John Folau would have been. New South Wales get their third try. Jake Mamo gets his second. Terrific hands on the inside from Gutherson and Matty Utai.
Well, I love this play. I love the width that young Moses gets off the ruck. Allows him to really square up the defensive line. And again, it's this left-hand side of the field. Gutherson to Matty Utai. And then Mamo, who slams it down in the corner. And they have been an absolute showcase piece, this left-hand side of the field for New South Wales in this opening half. Lovely one-handed put down by Mamo. And that's his second try of the night.
The under-20s player last year for Newcastle, Jake Mamo, from the central coast of New South Wales, who pretty much spent a whole season driving from Gosford to Newcastle to train and never played.
What a great story.
Just kept turning up every week as the tackling brag, basically, and then got an opportunity, and he's now played in the NRL. He's now represented his state at under-20 level because he didn't give up.
Well, I actually played against him a fortnight ago, or last weekend, for Newcastle, and he really carried the ball strong, looked for work, and didn't look out of place in the NRL by any means. Obviously, with Aquila Iwate out, Wayne Bennett called on him. I remember commentating a game with you, Mark, in the under-20s Holden Cup at the start of this year against Penrith. And from all reports from Newcastle, he was one of the best trainers over the summer with the NRL boys. As Gutherson lines up a kick from the sideline.
Oh, he struck it pretty well again. Another 2 points.
I'll have to give him my one wood.
For New South Wales. 18 points to 0, but some worrying signs here for Queensland. New South Wales absorbed the pressure down the other end. And first opportunity. Great hands, Gutherson. Great hands, Matty Utai. And great finish, Mamo. There's a deep kick, and that is going to be a goal line dropout. He caught it, then stepped over the dead ball line. Hutchison.
Goal line dropout. Caught, then step back.
No, you didn't,
yeah.
Drew. You caught it, and then you step back. Watch it again, and bang.
Ball, then step
there
dead
you
through.
go.
That's why we've got the goal line.
Clearly. You've got to start on the goal line and come in if you have to.
The idea was right. He had in his head exactly what he needed to do there, young Hutchison, a very skillful player from the Dragons.
Onside.
Unfortunately, just got it a little wrong there, and Queensland really need to capitalise here. They've been down New South Wales end only a few times, but they've been down there enough to trouble them and just haven't come up with points as Lloyd Perrott carries the ball again. Comes up.
Time off. Call held. Tackle 1. To play the ball here. It's called held, tackle 1. Because it was time off. I called held. With me. With me. Queensland ball, tackle 1. Called held. Time's on.
Mola.
2.
25 away from the line. Feeney, Drenke,
Tackle 3. Drag it back.
Mosley, Molo, Perrott. Pritchard there to make the tackle. Perrott looking to offload.
4. Go.
Mosley.
Keep coming, Jack.
Milford. Back to Mosley. Was the pass forward? New South Wales thought it was. The referee said no. That's the main thing. Last tackle.
Line. Go.
Feeney stamping, taking them on. Tackled again, just shy of the goal line. And it will be a changeover.
Clint, you're getting the ball. Just wait.
What they've got to do here, Queensland, Mick, is not give away a penalty like they had the last couple of times.
Well, they've got the field position here. They really need to compress up their defensive line, really get numbers into the New South Wales attack here. Try and control the ruck and make New South Wales kick inside their 40-metre zone. As we see a great run there from Matatia. He's been outstanding in this first half.
17 tackle. There it is.
Hasn't he been good, mate? He's carrying the ball. Like when I came here, I thought this was going to be a great matchup because Branko Lee is a real handful week to week for the Canberra Raiders. But Matatia, he has run with purpose every time he's carried the football. And again, we see there he earns his side a penalty.
On his foot.
It's the third penalty for New South Wales, and it's the third relieving penalty.
It's been a handful, Mariner.
It's a big unit, isn't he? We haven't seen him yet this year.
Tackle 2.
Tackle over the top there from Mago on Kennedy. Here's Britt. Perrott has him covered.
Up Lloyd.
Around the legs was Molo. Come back to this left-hand side again. Numbers here for New South Wales. Not a great pass, but he did well there, Mamo, and he was in front of him. Sione Matiutai.
The player that kicked the ball.
I tell you what, if Shaquille Mariner could have found the chest of Jake Mamo, he was away.
Just wait, mate.
Well, we're talking about that middle third of the field mark being won in an Origin match, and we look at the statistics already. Perrott 15, Mosley 20, Welch 15. And I'm talking tackles, Bateman 22. Compared to New South Wales, Trebojevic 5, Pritchard 10, Lodge 6. I know he's been sitting down for a period of time, but he's back onto the field now.
Paulie's getting ready to come on for New South Wales. He hasn't seen any action yet. What a player to bring off the interchange bench. 7 out from half-time. Here's Valentine Holmes, now Elliott. They haven't been over that left-hand side too often, Queensland. Drenke. They're inside the 20 again, Queensland. They've been down here quite a lot. Can they get some reward? Milford. Well, he was tackled.
We're not going yet anyway, mate, so just wait.
Obstruction here on Anthony Milford.
But he was tackled, so who was obstructed? You are allowed to run around behind your own players as long as you're not impeding the defence, and he was tackled. The referee blew the penalty as Milford was being tackled.
Well, Mago goes through the line there. There is no advantage. There is no advantage. Again, Matatia carries the ball strongly.
Here's Paulie. And the arm was free. Thought about passing, and Kieran Mosley was lurking, waiting for the intercept. They can't afford to concede a try here, Queensland. Kennedy, 6 out from half-time, 18 the difference. Moses to the line. They're really creating havoc on this left-hand side, New South Wales. It's a surprise, really, because it's the 3 Queenslanders defending on the right for Queensland, and as New South Wales have lost the ball there through Paulie.
0!
You're spot on, Mark. When I came here, we look at the left-hand side of the field for Queensland in Milford, Lee, Mago, all Canberra Raiders. They know each other, and I thought it was going to be a real challenge for the New South Wales side, but at the moment, their energy and enthusiasm is evident for New South Wales, and they're really standing up to them.
Elliott coming from the other side of the field for a hit-up. John Folau is back on the field for Queensland. Off Ngawi. Short of halfway.
Marcus, stay up there. Stay up, Marker. Go.
Milford outside the 40. He was pushed as he kicked the ball. The referee said play on, and it goes over the dead ball line.
Long pass.
It's a long pass, so they have to wait here in New South Wales. I don't think that will worry them too much, leading 18-0, 5 out from half-time.
Release! Zero tackle. That's zero.
Memo.
Off the ball!
There he is back from the sin bin lodge. He'll be looking to atone.
Finish the fucking half and don't let him in. Don't let him fucking score.
Matty Utide acting hard. Hutchison. Elliott. This is Gray into a little bit of space. He just couldn't link with Phillips. Hutchison. Britt. Through the hands of Madison. Matty Utide. Memo looking for a hat-trick. The pass was forward, says the referee. He finished it magnificently. But the referee said the pass from Sione Matty was forward. Was he taken out after he passed it? He's on the ground. But what about the finish of Jake Mamo? It's a shame it wasn't a try. That would have been some hat-trick.
Well, he was chasing his hat-trick, but what about the ball from Mitchell Moses to...
Is that a shoulder charge?
We'll need to have another look at it. Mamo, like the modern-day wingers...
That may be shoulder charge there as well.
Well, the referee's called timeout here. We see Folau come in. It's a big shot on Matatia.
Staying on, mate.
Sternum he's pointing at.
As a centre with the strike that he's got, Matatia, that's what you need from your half to put you into space like that and give you early ball. That was a beautiful piece of play there from Mitchell Moses. We spoke about Moses being dominant for New South Wales. We see here.
That's a shoulder charge, isn't it?
Well, the arm certainly.
Stay down.
And Valentine Holmes may have shoulder charged Jake Mamo as well. Jake Mamo pointing at John Folau.
Ball in. Ball in.
Having some words to say.
Boys, time's not on, and we won't feed the scrum until you just settle. Just wait. Everyone bind. Reese, pull him in. Clint, pull him in. Okay, get her in. Get it in. Time's on.
3.5 out from the break. It's 18 points the difference.
Here it is, hold! Go. Work hard here.
Under pressure, Molo with the offload back to Mosley. A bit fortunate there. McDonald now. Just lacking a little bit of direction here, Queensland. Mosley, Perrott almost overrunning it. Britt met him, but that's a terrific run from Lloyd Perrott.
Hold! Hold!
Mosley, Feeney running back and was absolutely hammered by Britt. Molo, who's been really working hard since he came on. Valentine Holmes hitting a high tackle. Fell into it, but still high.
Well, with 2.5 minutes left, Mark, Queensland need to get on the board here. We see Valentine Holmes accelerate and just gets caught high there from Britt. And that gives New South Wales, gives Queensland an opportunity here to put New South Wales under some pressure leading into half-time.
With me, hold, Paulie, wait, go.
Critical time here for Queensland. That try would give them such a lift before half-time. Milford a long way from Mosley, does well on the half volley. Holmes, Folau for the corner, past Memo, and he scores. John Folau. They do get the try right on half-time, the try they so desperately needed.
Well, we speak about the right edge for Queensland. It's Mago, it's Milford, it's Lee, and Folau. As we see the long sweeping pass from Mosley. Great pick up there from Milford, and Valentine Holmes sums it up beautifully. Big Folau comes off the right foot. Mamo was working hard from the inside. Didn't read the step, and he just stepped inside, and he's a mountain of a man, Folau, and he was just too big and too strong close to the line, and he's a wonderful finisher.
It's his first try of the year. He hasn't scored a try yet this year, Parramatta. What about the pick up there from Milford? He was a long way away from Mosley. He had plenty of work to do there, John Folau.
We spoke about the class of Milford and Holmes, and we see them coming together there for the first time really in this first half of football, and Queensland on the board at a crucial time. And now Elliott gets the opportunity to reduce it to 12. And I think that's their strength, Mark. I think they need to really give this right-hand side of the field plenty of early ball, and whether it be playing short to Mago, who's a great hole runner and a big body, or getting that early ball to Valentine Holmes and Branko Lee. I just think that that's a real strength of Queensland, and it's one that can really trouble New South Wales if they capitalise on the field position.
Brendan Elliott near the touchline. He struck it pretty well and just missed to the left of the upright. And so 18 points to 4 will be the half-time score. Much better than it looked to be just before half-time for Queensland. And it is half-time in this under-20s origin. New South Wales 18, Queensland 4. Welcome back to Penrith, where it's half-time and New South Wales lead by 18 points to 4. 2 tries to Jake Mamo, had a third disallowed. A forward pass from Sione Matiutai, but it's been a pretty good performance in the first 40 for New South Wales. But as we've seen so often at origin level, Queensland just fight back so well. And that try right on half-time was a real fillip for them. I don't think there's been a better player for them than Lloyd Perrott.
Absolutely, been outstanding. Obviously, we mentioned Trbojevic and Lodge and how dominant they have been for New South Wales, but Lloyd Perrott has really controlled the middle third and done a terrific job for the Queensland side, and no doubt will feature immensely in this second half.
New South Wales lead. They may hang on and win.
I like this bloke, Mark. He's been terrific tonight, been absolutely outstanding. Carried the ball with real purpose, plenty of energy, and his combination with Mamo has been a real feature of that first half.
Just count of how many Matiutais there are. There's 4. I think he's the 4th to come through.
Stay onside!
I think Kevin Walters would have mentioned the Queensland spirit down there about their notable comebacks.
Last year, Queensland led at half-time 12 points to 8. And got beaten 36-12. The year before that, they led at half-time 12 points to 8, Queensland, and got beaten 18-14. So they've led the last 2 years and been beaten. This year they're down by 14. Could have been a penalty, Paulie coming in there on Mosley, but the referee says, no, it's fine. Here's Francis Molo.
Tackle 3.
Herrick.
That's 4-12! Hold here. Go.
Milford from inside the 40. It's not near the touchline. A turn, Gutherson around. The chase is pretty good here from Queensland.
It's a nice controlled opening set there from the Queensland side. They copped a bit of heat early with some good line speed from the New South Welshmen as we see Mamo carry the ball again. But a nice kick there from Milford, and as you mentioned, Mark, a great kick chase.
Off the ball, Jake! Wait in.
Lodge. Frankie made the first contact and Perrott tidied up. Last tackle. High kick from Moses. Falau watches it go over the touchline on the full. And so a mistake there from New South Wales. We saw Jalen Feeney in the first half kick one out on the full in about a very almost identical position. So Queensland will start this set just shy of the 40.
He's been terrific tonight, Mitchell Moses, with his kicking game. He'll be disappointed with that. So we see a nice tackle there again. Lodge and Elliott driving the Queenslanders back. Certainly an area he'll need to... We see a penalty here. I thought they may have given the penalty there. He tried to play the ball, and rightly so, but Elliott...
Yeah, but he's got to get to his feet with the ball in his possession. He just can't leave it on the ground and lever himself up.
It was just one of those unfortunate ones for Elliott. One of those 50-50s where he's not sure whether he's trying to get up and run again or play the football, and he made the second effort, and Queensland now with great opportunity in the early stages of the second half.
30 metres away. Mosley in at acting half. Opportunity here for Queensland to go back-to-back. As Offengawi is tackled. Feeney. Now Milford. Here's Brinko Lee. Utai can't stop him, neither can Moses. So Mitchell Moses comes over the top to tie the ball up. After the tackle was made by Bird. Milford, Offengawi.
Great hands again from Milford.
Snows play the ball, and New South Wales set. Feeney back to Milford. Not sure that he was expecting it. New South Wales just holding off him. Perrott is tackled on 5. Milford. Here comes the leap from Mamo and Falau, and Jake Mamo does very well. He was really deep in his in-goal area, getting a run at the footy to get some height in his jump and to be attacking the football. And he took it very well.
Great courage shown then again from Mamo. Obviously, Falau, he's a foot taller than him, but he timed it perfectly. It's those hours of training that they put in that we speak about, Mark. Taking the high balls, and Mamo backed himself there and come up with a big play for his side. Previous to that, again, Queensland, we spoke about them playing direct. So we see Moses here steer it down with a much more controlled kick. He pins Valentine Holmes in his corner. They just need to look to play a bit more direct, as we see a great shot there from Britt on Valentine Holmes.
He hasn't had too many opportunities so far tonight, Valentine Holmes. Terrific tackle from Team Britt. 12 short of halfway here, Queensland through Brinko Lee. Sloppy play the ball. Molo. Standing for Queensland since he came off the bench. Kieran Mosley now coming from the field, and Munster going on. 5 minutes into the second half. McDonald. It is the last tackle. That's the 4th interchange for Queensland. Milford puts it high. It's near the touch line, and Phillips all around the joint. And in the end, I think he deliberately knocked the ball backwards because he knew he couldn't get there, and he did well to tidy up. Mamo. Harsh tackle from Molo. Just watch him turn his body here, and maybe I'm giving him a little bit more of a rap. He just couldn't quite get there, but he did turn his body, so it wasn't going to be a knock on. As Gutherson plays it. Kennedy. Bruce Kennedy from the Melbourne Storm. His 3rd year in the NYC.
Release, Jake.
Lee. Elliott. Half. Shy of halfway. Kennedy, the defender. Another Rooster. McDonald having a run.
really looking for work, the outside backs of Queensland, in the early exchanges in this second half, but they're very bunched.
Munster. The offload to Milford. He keeps it alive here to Mago. Now Brinko Lee. Sends it back here to Folau, away from Moses, away from Matty Utai. The both of them come again to make the tackle. It is the last here for the Maroons. Milford. The kick over the head of Gray, straight into the hands of Nene McDonald. Can he get rid of it? They go towards the touchline. He can't. Aaron Gray, great work defensively. It was almost the perfect kick for Queensland, but New South Wales able to defend it as we head down to the touchline. Andy Raymond.
Some massive news down here in regards to our main event tonight. We've got a big name player making a return to international football. Petros Sivanasiva named on the Fiji bench. The main event kick-off at 7:30.
Wow, Petro. Some played since finishing for Redcliffe last year. Is this the final hurrah for Petro Sivanasiva?
It's been a great of the game, Petro. It'll be terrific for the fans out here tonight to see him, if it is his last game, go around as we see a nice piece of play here. Out there with Paulie, showing great speed and evasion.
What a handful. Pritchard back on the field. Brett.
He's been very good, Paulie, for Parramatta this season in first grade with his opportunities.
Nice tackle here for New South Wales. Moses with a juggle. It's off a Queensland leg, but not played at. Awkward for Valentine Holmes, who's dropped the footy. Got a feel for Valentine Holmes. It hit one of his teammates, and it was an awful ball to try and pick up, and he wasn't able to do it.
Well, he went the short side here, young Mitchell Moses, and as you said, juggled the ball, got a wobbly old kick on it, ricochets and skids around on Valentine Holmes. And again, Kaiser Pritchard, that's energy, it's attitude, it's turning up, doing something special for your teammates. And he put the pressure on Valentine Holmes there. If he doesn't get there, Valentine Holmes gets that, and he's allowed to carry the football probably out to the 20-metre line. But through his sheer effort there, Pritchard, he forces the turnover, and New South Wales here could put a real dent in this scoreline if they get over the line.
Okay, stay down, pull him in. Pull in, out.
Gray pushes away from Elliott. The pass on the outside to Phillips. He can't hang on to it. There was still plenty of Queensland cover coming across. He may not have scored, but gee whiz, he would have been hard to stop.
Well, I think he would have, Mark. I think it's an opportunity gone begging as we see Gray here get on the outside of Elliott. It's a lovely fend and the flick pass, and he just can't hang on to it. Phillips, it was covering defence coming there on the inside for Queensland as we see Brinko Lee with a flick pass as well, and a huge friend from Folau and Moses.
Get some help from Memo. Paulie to bring him to ground, 10 short of halfway. Milford. This is Perrott from a standing start. Look at the leg drive from Lloyd Perrott, and a strip from Kaiser Pritchard. So terrific charge from Lloyd Perrott, and he gets the reward. Now Andrew Patmore has a very high opinion of Lloyd Perrott. Seeing here tonight.
Yeah, driving and fights for every inch, and Pritchard trying to wrap up the football. He's got a wonderful right-hand offload, and Pritchard trying to limit that in the momentum of the tackle. The ball comes out and Queensland get the penalty. As we see Offahan Galway carry the ball strongly.
Here's a Pritchard on the receiving end again. Paulie in there to make the tackle. Munster's at acting half. Feeney back to Perrott again. It's another hit up for Lloyd Perrott. Feeney. Valentine Holmes, nice ball to McDonald away from the touchline. The New South Wales defence is there, touching goal. It'll be a 20-metre restart. And here goes Gutherson. Queensland better turn around. Great defence from New South Wales, but once again they'd created a little opportunity there, the Maroons.
Well, this time it was Valentine Holmes coming down the left-hand side of the field and fires a bullet-like pass out to McDonald, and the big man's strength nearly got the ball down, but the cavalry comes across again for New South Wales, working hard from the inside. Dean Pay would be extremely proud of his team there, and New South Wales back on the halfway and out of trouble and earn themselves a penalty.
Well, that's the fourth penalty this game that Queensland have conceded to help New South Wales out of their end. The set before, Queensland almost conceded in that corner. The next set, New South Wales almost conceded in the other. So end-to-end stuff at the moment. Next try is so important in this game.
Absolutely, as we see Elliott get through some more work.
New South Wales about to make their 7th interchange with Jake Travojevic getting ready to come back on. Elliott back out there for Dean Britt. As Lodge plays it. Moses, poorly. There by Mago. Quick play the ball. A chance here for New South Wales. And there's the reward for Sione Matiutai, who has been outstanding for New South Wales tonight. He set his Newcastle teammate up, Jake Mamo, on numerous occasions. Now he gets the try that edges New South Wales even further in front. Well, there's some halfbacks sitting at home, whether it be past or present, keeping an eye on what Mitchell Moses does here. Matiutai, it's a great try, but it's a double-up play from from young Mitchell Moses, playing nice and direct. First it was the width that he got off the ruck and put Paulie through half a hole, which allowed the quick play of the ball. And as you see the likes of the good halves in like Thurston and the likes, they swing the short side, double up the play, and he plays a lovely short ball to Matiutai. And as I mentioned before, no one deserves a try more than he does tonight. It was a great line run because there was a number of maroon jerseys in front of him. And he just ran the line knowing the ball would be there. And it was a terrific try. 22 points to 4. We're just saying the next try is very important. It goes to New South Wales. On the back of that penalty conceded to give the leg out. And we spoke at half-time, Mark, about the difference in playing direct to playing overs football. We saw down here Queensland load up their right-hand shift. They moved the ball across. It went from Milford. It ended up at Branko Lee. But it was all overs and allows the New South Wales defence to slide. Here, down this end of the field, we see Mitchell Moses go direct off a wide pass from Pritchard at the line, at their 4 defender, which then allows Paulie onto their half, who's defending there, which is Young Feeney on that side of the field. Sorry, Milford. And then that allows the quick play of the ball. He swings the short side with numbers pushing into holes for him, and he finds a short pass to Matiutai. As Gutherson adds another one.
He's outstanding.
Got the kicking boots with him tonight. 24 points to 4. But Nick, what that also does is it means the defenders have to make a decision.
They do, because he's coming at you and he's got numbers inside and outside of him, and you have to make a decision defensively. Whereas when they're playing overs, you know that people are coming from your inside, and you can get up and you can wait and know that the defence is coming across and make it a foot race for the corner.
Awkward kick to restart from Milford. Tyrone Phillips. And this will test the Queensland spirit. 24 points to 4. They're not out of it yet, but they can't afford to concede any more points.
We've seen a positional change here for Queensland. Milford's gone to fullback.
We've got an injury, I think, to Valentine Holmes, who's leaving the field limping.
And Munster, he's gone out to where Milford was defending at right edge there.
So that's a blow, not only for Queensland, but a blow for Cronulla. There he is, Valentine Holmes, limping. This is going to the bench. He's not going straight up the tunnel. Milford back at fullback. He's dangerous because he can just do what he wants. And he's lost that ball. Matiutai with the tackle. He's doing everything tonight, Sione. Newcastle fans have got to be excited with the number 2 and the number 4. There is Valentine Holmes. He's about to get some ice. They've got to be excited with Jake Mamo and Sione Matiutai.
Fantastic effort again there from Matiutai. I mean, we can keep saying it, but he has been absolutely brilliant tonight along with his wingman in young Mamo. I don't think Milford can go away from that, though. I'm excited now that the fact that he is back at fullback and he's going to get some more space. He is absolutely dynamite when he gets into broken field, and we've seen what he's done for the Raiders this year at fullback, and this may just be the positional change that he needed that has been forced, I know, with Holmes going off the field.
Hard to chase down 30 points to 4, though, if they concede here. Queensland, they've got to defend this mistake, got to defend the set. The ball is played by Madison. Lodge. 10 shy of the goal line. Paulie, strong run. Munster putting his body on the line. Mago is there as well. 2 metres away from the line. Very deep. Mitchell Moses slipping. That pass has gone 30 metres. New South Wales have to set up again. Madison away from a couple. Just slipped at an inopportune time. Mitchell Moses. Travojevic back on the field for New South Wales. Player replaced Reece Kennedy. Last tackle. Madison. Good kick. Chasing Gray. Well done, Nene McDonald. That was tough. And he did it so well as Kaiser Pritchard tries to put a shot on Brendan Elliott. Doesn't. Elliott tidies up. Here's McDonald. The offload back to Mosley. We have to try things now, Queensland. Mosley. They just haven't had the organisation, I don't think, tonight. Mosley looked around for someone, anyone then. There was no one. Perry.
Last one, Jack! Not early! Hold, Jack!
Feeney under pressure from Madison, got the kick away. Not played at, says the referee. Phillips got an awkward bounce. Gutherson. Runs at Mosley. Makes the tackle with Christian Welsh.
They've done a great job with that New South Wales tonight. Their back three linking up and moving the football around, really testing Queensland's kick chase and through the middle third of the field. It's been a real feature for them tonight.
Travojevic led the Holden Cup last year in average metres per game. Jake Travojevic for a side Manly that was down near the bottom of the table. And 73 metres per game last year. That's extraordinary, isn't it? Paulie at Munster. Slowed him down and Branko Lee made the tackle. Last here for New South Wales. Moses down a very short blind side. Anthony Milford can't get to the ball. Knocked back, says the referee. Pritchard, Madison, Travojevic with the juggle, losing it.
Easy, Jake.
Will be a knock
on the last tackle. Hand over out 10. Just there.
There's a nice little option there from Moses. I actually thought he'd gone down too narrow a blind side, but he got the ball in the right spot again. His kicking game has been outstanding tonight. And again, a contested football. New South Wales nearly came up with the crumbs again.
One, Jake. With me and hold. Hold. Go.
Great offload to Mosley.
Keeping it alive in Queensland. The pass just making them lose momentum. Elliott, though, with a nice fend on Gray.
Tackle 2.
McDonald. Milford. Feeney. Adams will play just shy of the halfway line. In fact, that is Welsh. Now, dummy coming from Munster. Moses not falling for it. Feeney. Milford up quickly. Madison. Get some help here from Elliott.
Last tackle.
Mosley not really watching, and spiral kick here is a tough one from Mamo. Well taken. He got hit straight away by Patrick Mago, but that was a tough take.
It's been terrific, Mamo. Absolutely terrific. They've got a real good prospect on their hands there, the Newcastle Knights. Him and Matatu, their combination has been a real standout again, I mentioned tonight. So we see Gutherson get into acting half and onto his clubman, Trebojevic, who's been terrific. The whole front row for both sides have been outstanding tonight.
Madison. Darren Lockyer medal awarded tonight to the best player in this game. Moses. Milford, you watch that go, touch and go. And it'll be a 20-metre restart, so 7 tackles here for Queensland. He was trying to find touch there, Mitchell Moses.
He just didn't get the right shape that he really wanted on the football there. It was close, but not enough, and Milford showed his composure and his patience. Queensland just need to, they need to get down the other end of the field here. They really need to capitalise with this 7 tackles. Run hard, find their front, get some quick play the balls, get the momentum of the ruck going back their way. As we see an offload, that'll help. Here we go.
Lee into a bit of space. Mamo and Moses. Folau stayed away from that touchline, Lee. Folau got a cramp as soon as he got the footy. Inside the final 20 minutes, Queensland trail by 20. Need some points quickly. Ducking under that one, Bateman. Now Milford. Here's Elliott. McDonald lurking. Milford back on the inside. Milford stepping. What a tackle, Gutherson. He gets up. The referee said it was held.
Tackle 3. Play the ball here.
All the players have run into this corner. If they played the ball quickly, Queensland, the referee wouldn't have let them know anyway.
Just wait, Tony. I got a penalty. After he's been called held, the fire's continued on around the head. Back we go. Yep. Wasn't the first held? He's around the head, mate. Back we go. Back we go. First time.
So it's going to be a penalty to Queensland here.
You know, all he had to do was pass there, Milford. He had the opportunity.
On the line!
The penalty comes after that.
But he got up to continue the play. But he did slam him down on the ground. This could be the set of the game here for Queensland. If they score, they get a bit of a kick along. If they don't score, the heads may drop here. Welsh.
Great scramble. It was a great tackle from Gutherson.
Outstanding. Mosley. Munster. Into each other there, Queensland. They've just been a bit disjointed tonight. Moses with the tackle. Mosley at acting half. Off Ngawi with the dummy. We said that New South Wales has defended terrifically tonight. 34 tackles in the opposition 20 for Queensland for 1 try. Feeney, awkward bounce, couldn't handle it, Adams. And that may be, as Anthony Milford throws the hands in the air, just maybe too much now for Queensland. It wasn't a great pass, but 34 tackles in the opposition 20 for Queensland, and they've only come up with the 1 try right on half-time.
Yeah, you're spot on, Mark. It's been a real troubled area for Queensland tonight. They just haven't been able to really gather any momentum. It's looked very disjointed, their attack close to the try line. They seem to attack better from a bit further out. And that can happen in these games where your combinations aren't as good, but New South Wales have been the total opposite. Mitchell Moses and also young Hutchison have really directed traffic well when they've been in those areas.
Stay bound, ball in.
And they've been able to capitalise with points. And you see a great tackle there from Mago and also Bateman.
Started talking about, there's the offload, terrific offload, and now Paulie. Taken there by Mago again, and he's just lost the ball. Penalty. That has to be 5 penalties, I think, that they've conceded Queensland.
Okay, Mitchell.
5 penalties they've conceded.
Now I need to talk to you.
New South Wales are working their way. He's just lost that. I mean, how does the play get up there? You've got to
That's the last thing we need.
I wanted the ball.
You're the captain. That's the last thing you need. All over him.
All over him. Well, that's how you make a tackle.
There was nowhere he could go, Mago. There was nowhere where he could go.
On his foot.
It's a big penalty for Queensland to concede. Back to the Darren Lockyer medal. We'll try and get there. Still 15 to go, but it's a tough job for whoever's making the decision as to who.
There's been some good players. The front row's been outstanding for New South Wales. Mitchell Moses has been terrific. Matatia's been outstanding for mine.
To the left winger and left centre together, give it a joint medal because they've been outstanding.
They have been.
Pritchard's been pretty good too.
Gutherson's been good at the back. Come up with some nice touches. It's been a great team performance from New South Wales. What a ball from Moses.
Forward to Matatia, I think, but here's Mamo for a hat-trick. What about the acceleration from Jake Mamo, who scores in the corner? And that seals it for New South Wales.
Absolutely, and no one, again, more deserving of another try in young Mamo. What about the ball as we see here from Moses? Again, Trbojevic out the back to Moses. That is great vision. Lovely catch and pass there from Matatia. And Mamo, doesn't he show some pace going down the left-hand flank? He just pins the ears. No one's going to stop him, and he slams the ball down again. And there's the hat-trick for the young kid. And he has been absolutely brilliant tonight.
Does that get him the Darren Lockyer medal?
Well,
the first hat-trick in under-20s Origin.
I think so, because he not only we saw the
defensively he's been good too.
The spiral bomb.
Yep.
It's been the work from
he's
dummy half.
He's had one disallowed too. He could have had 4.
He's had 13 hit-ups.
Yep.
Like 13 carries from dummy half.
We don't get a vote, but
well, I think it's got to come from that left edge.
I think so.
Whether it's Moses, Matatia or Mamo, but it's hard to go past him that scores a hat-trick.
Yeah, I said it before too, Mick. The thing that I like about Jake Mamo is that for a year he travelled from the Central Coast to Newcastle to train.
Yeah.
Just to train, and was used quite as a tackling bag. And then got an opportunity, and now look at him.
Well, the way he's kicked tonight too, Gutherson, they could blindfold him. But honestly, Mamo, you can see it in his game. You talk about those things off the field and the commitment that he shows, and we heard, from the Knights earlier in the year about his dedication to training. You see it on the field. When his side's in trouble, he comes in looking for work. He's not a big guy, and he runs the ball flat stick.
Here's Gutherson, and that one never looked like missing either.
He is on fire tonight with that boot.
30 points to 4. New South Wales over Queensland.
What an upset. Well, it was. I mean, you saw, everyone during the week talking about Milford and the likes playing for...
But we both tipped New South Wales.
Yeah.
Give yourself a...
Yeah, well... I liked the look of them when they walked into the ground. They were all together in the tunnel, and Dean Pay looked relaxed. And he'd be really proud of his boys tonight. And Elliott, he's been outstanding too, young Elliott.
We could mention a whole host of New South Wales players that could win the Darren Lockyer medal and still get it right.
Yeah.
And that is reflected in the scoreline, I think, 30 points to 4. It'll be hard for Queensland. 3 consecutive losses in the under-20s Origin. Gutherson.
Well, I'm sure Laurie Daly, not only Dean Pay, but Laurie Daly and the likes from New South Wales selectors would be extremely proud too of what's coming through. This group of young men will no doubt feature in future representative fixtures down the track as their careers continue to develop, as we see it. Almost an error there from Branko Lee. But there is a wealth of guys that have really handled this occasion well tonight.
And when you consider before the game, we were discussing the fact that Bryce Cartwright, the best player in the Holden Cup, is not playing here tonight, not considered good enough to be selected.
And that's the wealth of depth that we've got at this level as well.
Isaiah Yeo from Penrith out injured on slipping. Elliott just caught one accidentally. Kaiser Pritchard, only said Frank, collided with Elliott, but was penalised for it. I mean, I don't know how he avoids that. I think Kaiser's the one that's come off worse for wear. But yeah, you add to the fact that Luke Brooks wasn't allowed to play from the Tigers. Alex Johnson from Souths.
Yeah, look, it's a terrific time, and the development of New South Wales Rugby League in terms of state of origin has really been brought to the centrefold over the last few years under the likes of the recent coaches, and it's working. It's working. These boys have been terrific tonight. And hopefully it's a sign of things to come for New South Wales.
One thing.
It's in a bit of trouble here, Pritchard. I don't know if he's going to finish the game.
I don't know either. Something we haven't. It's hard to keep an eye on everything here that's happening, but I don't think Jaquil Mariner has been out there in this second half. There's only 3 players on the interchange bench for New South Wales. There's about...
He did some damage in the first half.
I can't see him. And there's only 3 on the bench.
Yeah. So we see Pritchard leave the field. He's been terrific tonight. No doubt big brother Frank and the family are here in the stadium at Penrith. They'd be extremely proud of seeing him and what he's achieved tonight as captain of this New South Wales side. And
that's not a good sign for Parramatta fans either.
No, he also has been very good in his opportunities in first grade.
Hopefully it's just a cork, although that right thigh is heavily strapped. Drew Hutchison coming back on, but Paulie's been playing on the left-hand side for New South Wales since just before half-time, and I don't recall seeing Jaquil Mariner because he was so dominant in the first half. And so that would be a blow if he suffered an injury for Roosters fans, because he was very impressive to start this game. Bateman plays it. He's Welch. Feeney. Now Perrott. Been Queensland's best tonight.
Yeah, he has.
Lloyd Perrott. Milford. Maybe Anthony Milford's just tried a bit too hard tonight. He's tried everything. Just hasn't been able to. Just the spark we're used to seeing. Mosley. Feeney. Now Bateman into space. There's a try for Queensland. Jalen Feeney, and this time someone running straight onto the ball. Luke Bateman gets the try for the Maroons.
Yeah, and also a tireless worker, young Luke Bateman, but this is a lovely ball from young Feeney. He's challenged the defensive line a few times tonight, and here we see him go direct at the line. Paulie turns in and allows the big hole to open up for a hard-hitting Bateman. He's a guy that I think's got a big future ahead of him too, young Bateman. And he sails through and slams the football down just next to the post, and it's a good reward for effort for young Bateman tonight, but I don't think it's going to make a difference in the result. But it's certainly a memory that he'll keep fondly close to him, scoring a try for Queensland. And also Feeney, lovely short ball there.
Here is Luke Bateman, who was selected to play in this game last year before he'd played a Holden Cup game. That's how high opinion they have of him in Queensland. And actually played in the Queensland Cup before he played Holden Cup for South Slope.
From what I've seen from Luke Bateman, he's going to be a player in the mould of a Dallas Johnson, a Sean Fenson, one of those guys that every now and then he'll score a try like that and people will talk about him, but it's the amount of work that he does.
He's missed it when we've seen on the other side of the coin some wonderful kicking from Gutherson. He'll be disappointed, Brendan Elliott, to miss that. It will make no difference to the game, but it would be nice to get yourself on the score sheet.
Yeah, he's a player of the future, Bateman. Really good young prospect for the Canberra Raiders.
Still a youngster, well, they all are young. All of those players for us. Gutherson with the restart. Try and find out about that injury for Kaiser Pritchard. Here's an opportunity for Elliott to run with the footy. Tackle made by Elliott. It's got from Mountain Group, 33 tackles for Adam Elliott. There's 34 being made now. So there was Hutchison. Short time here for Queensland. Milford. Adams.
Both ways. First Queensland, then New South Wales. First Queensland.
On both ways there. A mistake there for Queensland. Hard to believe when you look at the stats They've had more ball, Queensland, than New South Wales. Yet they're down 30 points to 8.
Yeah, again, they just look
Well,
disjointed.
there, wasn't it, by Tyrone Phillips?
Down at this end of the field. They actually look striking around the halfway area, you know, when they move the ball to the likes of Feeney and Milford and get early ball to Lee and Elliott. That's where they've created some problems for New South Wales, but certainly in the attacking zone, it's been an error-riddled night for them.
Stats sometimes lie, don't they? They've had more possession, Queensland. They've had 21 more tackles in the opposition 20 than New South Wales. And they've had more line breaks than New South Wales, yet they're down 30 points to 8.
What are you going to do, you fucking gay cunt? It's a lost ball. Lost ball. Time's off. Doesn't matter, mate. Threw the ball away, it's time off. Mitchell, just worry about going.
He's got to be careful here, Chris Sutton. This game doesn't end messily. He had a bit of a lively period in the first half.
Out, time on.
So again, we apologise for any language that may have been picked up there. It's hard to know what is heard or not from the field. But, the players are uncontrollable at times, so we apologise if there was any language you may have heard that may have upset you, as Queensland is 12 short of the goal line. Perrott out the back, Feeney, Milford, now Elliott. And the referee says that pass was forward.
Well, Mark, we know that Milford, in the scheme of things, is heading to Brisbane.
Scrum at the minute.
And they do have Ben Barber there at fullback, and much has been made of him playing in the halves. What have you made of it tonight?
Well, it's where he's grown up, in the halves, Anthony Milford. It's hard to, in a side beaten 30 points to 8, Mick, isn't it?
Yeah.
You blokes aren't right coming to the scrum.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, what sort of a player will Anthony Milford be in 5 years' time?
Pull him in.
He'll be a better player than he is now.
Absolutely, yeah.
I need you to pull him in.
And I would think that he'll end up in the halves.
Pull in. Time's on.
And he's still just 19 years of age.
Tackle one.
Just because he's made such an impact on the NRL doesn't mean he can come back to an under-20s environment like this and be the superstar. It just doesn't work that easily.
Kieran beside me.
No, and he's obviously been heavily marked too. A superstar of the game already at 19. I think he showed some really special touches tonight. You mentioned in a Burton side, it's been difficult.
Phillips.
Keep coming. Hold! Hold! Go, 4.
Just out the back and the knock on. I don't think Dean Pay will be too happy with Jack Bird there. Just take the tackle and continue the roll on with 3.5 to go. The mistake was from Dean Britt, but the knock on was from Dean Britt, but maybe the mistake was from Jack Bird for throwing the ball in the first place.
Yeah, he got the arm free and just lollied it back, and
Come on.
Britt couldn't bend over that far in 76 minutes into the game.
Well,
nor he should. He's been terrific. He's been very good off the bench for New South Wales.
News downstairs from Andy is that it is a court for Kaiser Pritchard. Some fireworks go off in the car park here at Penrith. Must mean that, I know what it is, Greg Alexander's just arrived for the Test match. And so whenever Greg comes back to Penrith, the fireworks are set off in his honour.
Yep.
So just seeing him walking across the hill here at Penrith, he'll be on shortly. But
Tackle 2.
an opportunity here for Queensland to finish with a try. Kaiser Pritchard at court is the news, and rib cartilage for Jaquil Mariner. That is painful. Munster, Feeney. Taken there by Hutchison. 10 metres away. Queensland comprehensively outplayed tonight, but can finish with a try. The pass was forward, says the referee. In the same corner that New South Wales had one disallowed. Anthony Milford can't believe it.
That's the vision. that is the vision there of why he is a superstar. Look at the time he has here. Just knew straight away. Didn't even need to look. Lands it right on the chest of McDonald, and unfortunately the officials have called it forward, and frustration, rightly so, for young Milford. But what a wonderful prospect we have coming through the game. As there they are. Brandy's firing. Yep.
Arms around him, pull him in.
Just to let him know where his car is for the way home.
Well, that might be Zamal. I'm not trying to get into it. Gray will play it. Elliott. Canterbury should be proud of his efforts tonight.
He's held in very high regard at the club. Terrific young kid. Carries himself extremely well, and you're right, Mark. He's done the club very proud tonight. They have gone all out for Brandy tonight, haven't they?
Absolutely. He doesn't come back out too often now, Brandy. Sconced over the other side of the city. Now Gray. Phillips away from the touchline and away from Feeney. Elliott comes and flings him to ground.
Not early. Christian. Yep.
Elliott. He's going to put the ball high in the air. Here's a test for Milford. The uprights are nearby. He does well, Anthony Milford. Rico Lee. They've been outplayed tonight, Queensland. New South Wales, 5 tries to 2. Playing the better side. Leaving the split of possession. 40 tackles in the opposition, 20 Queensland. And they've come up with 2 tries.
I must say, I hope this is a sign of things to come.
That's what you said last year. Braits did the game with me last year. New South Wales won that convincingly as well. Counted for little. Perrott with the offload. Milford. Now Bateman. Elliott. There's no winger with him. Finds Bateman, who finds Milford. Steps away from Travojevic. Gets away from Elliott. Travojevic is there to tidy him up. The last seconds of this under-20s origin, which will be won by New South Wales, as Feeney puts it high. Gutherson, Perrott, got a hand to it, was called offside by the referee, and that should be enough. Jake Memo didn't like what happened there. Let's not finish this game that way. And in comes Jack Bird. Let's not finish what has been a terrific win for New South Wales. Lloyd Perrott trying to get in there and hug now. It is full time. New South Wales 30 has defeated Queensland 8. 5 tries to 2. And in the end, I think the scoreline was a true reflection of the difference between the two teams.
They were outstanding tonight, New South Wales. Right across the park, as we mentioned throughout the call. I don't know if you can really single an individual out. Obviously, Mamo and Matatia were terrific. Moses was outstanding. The front row in Trebojevic, Pritchard and Lodge. Mariner was good earlier. Elliott, I'm just going through them all. They were terrific, New South Wales, right across the park, and thoroughly deserved their victory tonight. And Dean Pay's done a terrific job with them all week. Kaiser Pritchard as captain was terrific, and it's a great win for them.
Let's head downstairs. Here's Andy Raymond.
And the Darren Lockyer medalist in waiting. He'll be awarded in a moment officially. Jake Mamo, 3 tries out of New South Wales 5. What a night.
Oh yeah, it was a terrific night. The boys all stood up, especially the forwards. They only got through our middle one, so it was a great team effort by everyone.
Certainly was. Got fiery at times. The boys in the middle, they grounded out. What came together so well and so easily? Because Queensland went in as favourite.
Well, I think it was just the boys in the middle. They were sticking together. We're a real tight bunch. And they were all working hard and making it easy for us out the back.
You've had a hell of a month. The first grade debut, 3 tries here for New South Wales in the 20s.
Yeah, it's all come pretty quickly in the last 3 weeks, but I know I'm enjoying it right now, and hopefully I can keep it up for a while.
Well done, little fella. Congratulations. Great performance and great win.
Thanks. Thanks, boys.
Jake Mamo, Darren Lockyer medalist. New South Wales the winners. 30 points to 8. A break, and we come back and preview the test match, Samoa and Fiji.